Live from the Texas Cheerlickers Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Got some ideas today. I've got some ideas today for them Cowboys. But as usual, as I always like to say, and I've said for the better part of 20 plus years doing this kind of job, I can tell the Cowboys what they should do. Whether or not they're going to do that, I have no control on that. I can tell people that the sun is hot. But if they're just going to refuse that the sun is hot and they're going to act like the sun's cold, I can't help them. So that's what we're doing today. Good morning, everybody. Afternoon, rather.
Yeah. You're in the wrong time zone, sir.
Dude,
what is it? 9? It's 9 over there.
9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. in the hellscape. This is the final day of broadcasting from Hawaii on the island of Oahu, which I am absolutely effing tired of being in. I have seen it. I have done it. I'm good. I'm like, what's that? Bum, 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 bum. I'm not supposed to say the names of companies unless they're paying us, according to Papa Rudy.
We break that rule all the time. It's all
when it comes to Honolulu, Hawaii, seen it, covered it, done, ready to get home. So thanks for obliging me, guys. It is Rudy. It is Jose Bouquet, the audio disseminator, and I am from a motel room in downtown Honolulu.
Were the kids at school?
Had to take them to school, and so I'm 5 hours behind Texas, and so I could get up and do in order to do our normal 10 o'clock show, it would be 5 a.m. for me here.
But then you'd be waking them up. That's not cool.
Not cool. They'd hate it, and I appreciate you guys working with me, and I appreciate Thunderdome and subscribers and members and everybody else that cares about us at all for putting up with it. So here we are, the final day from Hawaii. I will be off tomorrow because I'm traveling home. I'll literally be traveling as y'all do a show. And then back full throttle Thursday. I forget what day it is. I'm so behind and tired. And then starting Thursday, I won't miss any work again unless we take Labor Day off, which we probably need to talk about. Welcome, man. It is In the Building. It is program, show 392? I've already lost track of how many shows we've done. Okay, under our watch. If you want to subscribe to this thing, please do so. It's absolutely free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, you put Love You Hard TV in there. If you'd like to become a member and get all of the members-only exclusive material, we would love for you to do that as well. For as low as $4.99 a month. You can tip our show as we go. It will help me pay for the 14 different Ubers I have to get around this city to get to the airport tonight in order to get the hell out of here. If you want to shoot us a tip via the super chat, jump into the chat, and we would love to take your money, whether it's a buck or a hundo. I appreciate you hard for that. Go on there, and we try to read many of the chats, as y'all know. Some of y'all that watch us on the regular, but we make sure that we always read the ones that are kind enough to shoot us a little tip.
Yeah,
I had to Uber the kids to school this morning, and the guy picked me up.
Did you Uber with them? You got in it with them?
Yeah, they're 13. I don't think they're allowed to. I think there's like a teen Uber app.
There's a teen Uber app. There is. That's the one my teen uses on the 13, random time we can. But that 13 is a little young. Mine's 17, a little different.
Yeah, mine are 13. I'm in a foreign country. You know, I don't know anybody here. So I overpaid $40 for the Uber driver to pick us up, take us to school, drop them off, and then bring me back to the hotel.
See, I would have got out and got another Uber.
It would have been the same cost.
Oh, the same.
I didn't have time to wait. I had to get back so I can set up gear and get ready to see your pretty face. And so I didn't want to be late. I didn't want to be all sweating and stressed out and shit. And I had to make time to get something in my belly so I don't get sick because I need to eat breakfast and all this kind of thing. So these are my first world problems. Sorry. All that to say, thank you for letting us start late today. And the Uber driver was an asshole. Because when I got in the car, I let him know as we took off. I'm like, yeah, by the way, I think I did this right, but I programmed it where you bring me back to my hotel. And he's like, he had like this look on his face like he was ass whipped by that. He just wanted to take me, drop us off, and go on and get another fare.
Mm-hmm.
But you double pay. I mean, I paid twice. I paid for the ride to school. And
you got the money, back. Dude. Like, relax.
You got the money, and you tip twice. I guess you don't know that. And so, as I'm getting out of the car,
I wouldn't have tipped him the second time, asshole.
As he didn't speak a word to me the entire trip, which is fine. I'm not a big
I love that. I prefer that.
I'm not a big talker, which is fine. But when we got to the hotel, I always say thanks and please and thank you. You know, I'm a decent human being. I may not say anything on the ride, but when I get there, it's, hey man, thanks a lot. Have a good day. Drive safe. Take care. He drops me back off of the hotel. And as I open the door, I'm like, hey man, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. He didn't say anything because he was put out. And I'm like, hey man, take care. Have a good day. Appreciate it. And he goes, yep. He was pissed. I guess he don't know that there's an option to tip twice.
Well, did you give him 1 star? You could also lower his rating and really fuck his life up.
I tried to give him a low star, but then the Uber app wants to know all these reasons why I'm giving him a low star. I ain't got time for that shit. I just skipped it. I didn't give him a rating.
Yeah.
And I damn sure didn't give him a second tip. Hey, bro. Hey, Lamar, local Hawaiian Uber driver. If someone does the double trip, they tip you twice, playa. I would have given him, I tipped him $7 for the ride to school.
Damn.
I know. I'm a good tipper, man. I would have given him another $7. His ass didn't get shit. Hey, man.
Damn. 7 is great.
Dude, I was going to give him 14 for the trouble. Yep.
Nope, I think he doesn't. I think he don't know. I think he didn't see that he got that $7 yet, or he would have treated you differently.
Tough shit. Even if I didn't tip him and he's put out, you're still in the middle of doing your job. You know, you still have to rise above. You're on the job.
It's a $20 trip, regardless.
And I'm sitting here being a nice guy. Hey man, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Have a nice day. Nah, he didn't want nothing to do with that. So early punch to Lamar, my Uber driver this morning here in Honolulu, Hawaii, or I can't wait to get the hell out of. Greg's in here already with money. Thank you, Greg. $4.99 up in the building. Ice 44 vodka. Available now for pre-order at Texas Cheer. He's doing commercials for us.
Well, no, he's a
distributor.
He needs a tip 50 for that shit. That's like a live read. Like, I got it in the Texas Cheer Liquor live read. But I see you working, Greg. You think you slick with your little $5 promoting your company. Where we charge a lot more than $5 for live reads for people's companies, but rules are rules. But I see you. You're not slick. That's usually $100-$200, sir.
Yeah, that's slick, Greg. I'm gonna read it, but just know we see you, and that's not
cheap
the first
ass.
time. Other people have tried to like sneak in.
Cheap ass.
They'll like come on here and they'll tip the show, trying to plug shit like a band or their gig or whatever. Ice 44 vodka available now for pre-order at Texas Cheer number 5 through 9 stores. September 13, a signing with the Iceman himself, George Gervin, from 3 to 7 p.m. at Texas Cheer store number 8. Appreciate you, Greg. Appreciate you hard, playa. Thanks, man. Hey, that is our sponsor. He's promoting an appearance. I'll be there. I can't wait. I met Iceman one time years ago. And he and I did like this joint appearance together at another place.
He didn't want to be there?
No, he was great.
Oh.
I felt like the dumbass. I mean, why am I co-headlining
with Iceman?
With George frickin' Gervin? I should be in line getting his autograph, not standing with him. And all these people are coming up and just blowing right by my dumbass like I'm a publicist or an employee at the store we were at to go see Iceman. I'm just like, okay, I feel like a dipshit. The station sent me, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, what am I doing here? And it was great. But George couldn't have been more accommodating, could not have been more nice. And when I met him, when he shook my hand, I thought he broke every bone in my hand.
George is a large human. He's a large human.
Never shaken anyone's hand that had a vice grip handshake the way George Gervin did. And he didn't mean to do that. He's just unbelievably strong as a human being. And he's an older guy now. So he's got, what do you like to call it, that old man strength? God dang.
Got that grown man strength, dog.
So yes, Iceman will be at store number 8.
Thank you, Greg. Love you hard. Love you hard.
Yeah. We'll do a legit live for Texas Cheer here in a minute. So yeah, come on out. And Greg, I demand you come out there and hang out with us too that day.
Oh, that'll be the only time we ever see Greg ever. We've had 39 remotes, and Greg ain't been to one of them.
Yeah. All right. So I saw Rudy and I always text each other, just kind of things in our head and stuff we might want to get to. And one of the things that you sent me this morning was, Jerry costing himself even more money. And I'm not exactly sure where you're going with this, but I have an idea on at least a temporary settlement between Jerry and Micah Parsons here, just to get Micah in Philadelphia. Because at this point, I'm not so sure he's going to be in Philly at this point.
If Micah plays that Philly game without a new deal, he's a female dog. You can't make this much. You can't make this much ruckus and chaos and then show up. Like, I don't want to, bro.
I still feel like we got a deal will come down Friday or maybe Monday. If I had to bet money, I would, and I don't want to bet a lot of money now, but I'd bet a few bucks that he's on the field in Philly.
I don't know why, but this feels different than
it does.
Dak. It feels different than Dak and CD. It feels different to me. It feels like this one's gotten a little bit more. It's always on the personal side because you have to bring the man down to justify not paying him. So it's always a tad bit on the personal side, but this one feels like it's gone a little bit too far into the personal side. It feels like they're both kind of dug in, and and they both feel like they being. And we all know Jerry don't like being punked. If you watch the documentary, he can hold a grudge for 30 years. So this one feels a little bit different to me, Mike. So I would not at this point. I know it was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, Adam Schefter said this feels like it's going to end in divorce. Yeah. And while I trust Adam, because Adam wouldn't put his reputation on the line just for clicks, I was like, Adam's being a little extra. But I'm feeling like this one's a tad bit different, and Micah may sit out a game or two.
With CD last year, it felt like mom and dad were having problems and dad sleeping in the guest room. This one, though, and I agree with you, it feels like they're not divorced yet, but Micah rented his own apartment.
Yeah, they're separated.
Daddy's or mommy's gone to stay at grandma's house for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, man, this one feels different to me.
It feels a bit different. That doesn't mean it can't get worked out or won't get worked out, but it does feel a bit different. And Jerry's dug in, man, and he's reiterated. I don't know if y'all talked about his sit down with Screaming A. Smith the other day or not.
We didn't talk about that at all.
No.
And what I got from that was Jerry telling Screaming A, he's got a deal. I let Dak Prescott go to free agency and franchise tagged him twice. You got a contract, bud. And so I feel like it's Jerry that might be just as more dug in than ever, because Jerry wasn't dug in. CD was, and then Jerry took care of CD last year. I think it was like right around this time when CD got.
Yeah, it was right around here.
Yeah. And then the year before that, Dak got taken care of right, I think, when they got back from Oxnard. And then they took care of Zach Martin the last week of Oxnard, as I recall. This one, though, okay, now, all right, we're pushing into game week here. I mean, they don't play till a week from Thursday, but we're into game week. So I have an idea for both of them. They're going to have to put pride aside here. And maybe this is like mom and dad. Okay, fine. Dad's going to move back home, and we've agreed to go to counseling and give it a shot. That doesn't mean that dad may not sleep in the guest room, but at least daddy's home and they're going to work on things. I have an idea for a temporary settlement. Did you see the deal that the Bengals made with Trey Hendrickson?
That's why I said Jerry's costing himself more money because of that deal.
Okay, I thought that might be where you're going. So Trey Hendrickson, who, by the way, is 5 years older than Micah, it should be said.
And got 30 a year.
Yeah, but it's only for the 1 year. So the way I read it was, rather than give Trey an extension just to get him back with the club, they gave him a $14 million raise for the season. So, because he was making like 15, 16. He was due to make 16. The Bengals have given him a $14 million raise. So they're going to pay him 30.
Feels like a franchise, but not a franchise. Like, because it's franchise, you got to be paid top 5. So it feels like that, but it's not. Right.
It's almost like it's a reach around shoehorn franchise type deal. Wait, man, we'll give you a raise. Come to work. That buys us another year to work something out here, because he's scheduled to be an unrestricted free agent next year after Cincinnati's season's over, which if they don't get their shit together and actually block for Joe Burrow or bother tackling anybody, their season will not be in the playoffs anyway again. But maybe the Cowboys can come to some sort of an agreement like that with Micah. Hey, man, we'll give you 40 for the year, but we're not going to change anything. But we're talking about Jerry and his pride, man. Oh, I say that's what Micah wants, 40 a year. And if he's going to be paid like a top 5 guy, what would that be? Mid-30s?
I want to be 6'6".
I wish I had an 11-inch dong.
40?
Well, no, that's too long.
40?
No,
8. Yeah, give me 8. Give me a strong 8. 40?
Strong 8.
40?
Sum up. Okay, 37. I don't know.
Whatever it is, it's a lot.
Something to get him to come to work, At this point, Rudy, and look, I'm trying to look at both guys' sides. Meet Micah in the middle, get him on the field. It's not like, and I know Cowboys fans think that I hate Micah Parsons because I've called him overrated a lot. That doesn't mean I think he stinks. That doesn't mean I don't want him on the team. I just don't think he's worth the most money.
I think he's top 10. I don't think he's top 5. I think he's top 10. And I don't pay top 10 people top 3 money.
Especially when you have another year left on your deal and we can franchise tag you anyway.
He's not Aaron Donald.
No, not even close.
You know what I mean?
I'm not even sure he's Trey Hendrickson, or Myles Garrett, or Max Crosby, or 2 or 3 other dudes. You can make the case for. But it's not like I hate the guy. I'm just trying to keep it real and look at both sides of the fence. Now, here's the other thing, man. If he refuses to report, you cannot have a scene like we had the other night where he's laying down on the training table. Come on, man, during the game.
What's wrong with that? His back is hurt, Mike.
You can't have a scene like that in Philly. They're at the point now where they're going to be forced to suspend him, or maybe Keyshawn Johnson. Remember when Gruden sent Keyshawn home, said, look, we'll pay you to the end of the season, but until you get your shit right, we don't want you here. They may
don't come to, we don't want you to come to games.
We'll pay you, but don't come.
But we like the soap opera. That's so yeah, they ain't gonna he will be there and they'll be panning to him. And Jerry's gonna love every minute of it. So
yeah, see, that's the other thing
you're thinking about logical football.
Correct.
This is not a logical football team.
I understand. I know.
Just shut up and let me answer.
We talking about Jerry, which means I can see Jerry saying, "No, let his ass come to Philly. Let him stand there and look like a dipshit," because he knows the cameras will be on him the whole game. Especially if the Cowboys are getting their ass kicked. And it's 31-7, which I think we're in for when they go to Philly a week from Thursday. If Mike is on the sideline, how many times are we going to get a Micah sighting on camera? 20.
Mm-hmm.
Every time there's a big play by Philly, a big run up the middle, or Jalen Hurts is completely untouched and has 7 seconds to pass, they're going to have a Micah cam for this game for sure.
I can see happening, Mike. I can see them winning this game and Cowboy Nation losing their shit and starting to start talking their shit. The crazy thing about this, Mike, because ring night, you never know how a team's going to respond on ring night. It's emotional. Your adrenaline's high.
Yeah.
You probably, Cowboys got all types of problems. Micah maybe not playing. You maybe come out a little tight, maybe come out a little slow. Games gets a little close. The Cowboys kick a field goal, win that game. So I can see the Cowboys winning that game. And then here we go with, I told y'all, for all the haters, we're here. We own Philly, because Dak does have a winning record against Philly.
He does.
Despite how bad we think the Cowboys are, he kind of, sort of, he might not own Philly, but he rents there. Let's just be real. He rents there.
They hate Dallas way more than they should up there. There's no question about that.
The fucking Eagles.
The Eagles they lose their shit when the Cowboys are in town. And
it
does affect their play, which is weird.
Yeah.
If I'm like Sirianni or the Eagles GM Howie Roseman, I'm like, these are just the dipshit Cowboys.
But they did kick the Cowboys' ass the last time they played. Like, it was bad. And Micah, that's when Micah had the famous quote, well, 5 plays and the game's different. Well, all 5 of those plays, Micah, were touchdowns.
I know, right? Well, I don't, dude. Who the hell knows what we're in for between now and next week? I saw that Hendrickson. It's like, all right, let's agree to disagree. Let's just get you to work. Here's a bump. We'll figure this out as we go along.
I know they're not.
At least gets him on the field.
Yeah, they're not taking Micah's agent's phone call. I don't know if they are, but if they do answer the phone, I'm like, a 70-year-old man just got 30.
Yeah,
Micah's gonna need 37.5.
I get it.
You know what I mean? It's just that's why I say, Jerry.
Yeah.
If you plan on paying them, just get it out the way. You keep running the number up. You've done this already.
I know, man. We talking about Jerry. Your boy Greg's back in here now. He's
what'd he say?
He put $10 in. Go get Bookie's personalized lick kit. Clap them cheeks at Texas Cheer Liquor on the 13th of September.
Thank you, Greg. Love you hard.
Love you hard. Okay. What else today? It is in the building. There's my boy Greg. That's Greg.
Look at our guy Greg here, by the way. Shout out to our guy Greg.
Oh, we're giving Greg way too much publicity. But he's
shout out to Greg.
If I was running on Petrenko and Greg was running, I'd cross the street.
Jeez. All right. It's funny the Bengals are in the news today over the Trey Hendrickson deal.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
I saw you wanted to get into the how cheap they are,
dude.
We've been bagging on the Browns a lot. What is the deal with the 2 teams in the state of Ohio?
Right, and this is the thing, Mike. I don't care what franchise you are. NFL, everybody making money.
Tons, ridiculous amount.
No, so Boomer Esiason, I think on his radio show, is like, hey, yeah, they're having us come out for the Ring of Honor, but they want us to pay for our own flights and our own rooms. And where's your take on that? Or should teams, like if I call Mike Taylor, we're going to induct you into the Bengals Hall of Fame. See you when you get here. My itinerary, you're on your own. Should the team pay for that?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know before I ripped the Bengals. I wanted to make sure that's Bush League on the Bengals part, isn't it?
Absolute Bush League. The Bengals are still worth $5 billion. It's ridiculous. They're going to induct a couple of dudes in the ring, like Rudy was saying. I think the way it is, they want some of the old timers that are already inducted into the ring to come. Like when the Cowboys induct guys, they always bring all the living Ring of Honor guys. Right. You always see.
That's what it is.
Randy White and Roger Staubach and Drew Pearson. These guys are out there. The big 3 are out there. They always invite them to come. And I assume that Jerry picks up the tab on, like, if he's got.
Well, if they live there, if Troy flies in,
yeah. I mean, and I think now that I think about it, like most of those guys live in the Metro 6. Like Tony lives in the Metro 6, Dorsett. The great Mel Renfro passed, I think, 2 years ago. Anyway, but like Randy White, whatever. You pay for it though. You give him VIP accommodations. It's Boomer Esiason. He's one of the best dudes you've ever had.
Like,
hey, Boomer, we're gonna induct a new dude. You want to show up to the thing? Sure.
You're asking Mike to help you do this,
right? You're trying to bring awareness to the thing. It's ridiculous.
It's like if Jeff Slaughter, he had Tony Dorsett and Drew Pearson at his card show. Yep. Guess what? Jeff's got to pick up that tab. They're not just coming down there just to, you know what I mean? Oh man, Jeff, we love you, man. Let me book my flight. No, Jeff, they send Jeff the itinerary. Jeff looks it over, pays for it. Yep. The Bengals they're a joke.
It's a joke. Ohio State has a bigger budget than the Browns and the Bengals combined. They do. I bet they do.
I bet the locker room's better. I bet the stadium's better. God. Everything.
Yeah, it's insane. Speaking of Ohio State, how about that for an old radio segue? Arch Manning yesterday was asked about being ranked number 1 in the preseason, and everybody's hyping Texas, and you're the big favorite for the Heisman. What is it like? What do you think it's going to be like being the hunted all year?
Having a target. Are you a target
on your back?
Yeah.
And I don't have the quote in front of me, but basically Art said, I don't feel like we don't have a target. We're not being hunted. We are the hunters.
We got a red dot on everybody. That's what he said, a red dot.
A red dot on everybody else. So how about a little Arch Manning shit talk for the big game Saturday morning?
Arch hanging with them brothers too much. Arch like hanging with the brothers too much.
Getting a little too much swagger.
Arch running around with all the gangster music. We got the red dot. Like, what are you talking about, Arch? Arch, you saw him in that video up there in St. Louis.
Yeah,
Arch is comfortable around the brothers, man.
He is. We gotta be careful saying red dot around the Austin hippies. They don't like gun violence.
We gonna win that bitch.
I was like, okay,
I think it's great.
That's why all last year when Arch would come into the game, the Longhorn intensity level and energy levels would go here because he's one of them. He's one of the guys. I'm not, I know we're having fun with him, hang with the brothers. He's just one of the guys, even though he's Arch and he's responsible for half of his recruiting class.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got $4 million and he's a Manning. He's still he's just one of the guys, and he's hungry and he's intense and they believe in him. So it's just the aura. I don't even think it's swagger at this point. Right now, it feels like it's the aura when he walks in the room, when he walks into the game, that energizes the entire team. Now, I'm not saying that results in a natty, but there's something about the kid that this entire team loves. And I'll see how it translates on the field. 60 minutes, him the starter, him tape, and all that other thing.
Yeah, you gotta love it, man. I love the swag. I do. And if he plays poorly Saturday and they lose, he's gonna have to hear that shit. But he ain't worried about it. And I'd rather him be overly confident than
gun shy. I need you to feel like you the baddest mother father on the planet. You can't be that position and not feel that way. If not, you're not gonna get where you're trying to go.
I'm not sure who he was talking to. I saw Peyton Manning told somebody this week, Arch can make way more throws than I ever thought about making. Okay. I saw that. I'm like, Uncle,
really?
Is that Unc just being sweet? But Peyton's not one to bullshit like that.
Peyton would tell you he has work to do if he thought he had work to do.
Yeah, he can make more throws than I ever could.
That's a little much because Peyton could make every throw.
Right. So I assumed. What are we talking about? What throws are we talking about, Peyton? Because
that's that quarterback talk. Yeah, that's that quarterback talk.
Maybe accuracy, maybe throwing on the run.
Maybe. Well, Peyton's arm wasn't overly strong.
It wasn't Aaron Rodgers strong. That's
no. But he was super accurate, and he had his timing, and he knew where everybody was going to be, so it made it look easy. Right. But I wouldn't say him or Eli had a cannon. Neither one of them had a cannon.
GC3's in the building, says that's the stuff that Ewers didn't have. This is the stuff that I tried to say. I'm not trying to go back in time and beat a dead horse. This is the point. This is some of the point I was trying to make last year with regards to Quinn Ewers and how I just never really loved his body language. He's extremely talented, but he's just not a guy who takes games by the balls. And I know Taylor, he set records and they went to the Final Four 2 years in a row. I know. I get that I'm arguing things that to the naked eye look like something I should not be arguing about. Quinn Ewers did not have that stuff in the pants. Quinn Ewers had, I'm not saying he's flat in the front, but he didn't have that swagger that Arch has. I think Quinn had it young and early in his career, but something happened to him when he got paid and he was in Austin. Because when he was in high school, Rudy, he had a fucking mullet that was flying in the back, all beautiful.
There was a different swagger about him.
He had a swagger about him, and he was different shit. And he came off as just typical country redneck, give no shit, too stupid to care, too stupid to be scared. You know what I mean?
And I also think, and I'm not, I hate to kick a kid. I wouldn't say he's down. He made millions while he was at UT. He's on an NFL roster. But I feel like Sark was maybe on chapter 15 of a book of 28 chapters with Ewers. I think he gets to open up those last 13 chapters with Arch just because I think he has a better understanding, he has better tools, and he's also durable. So now you don't have to just worry about Arch's arm and his accuracy and the receivers. You also have to worry about them doing some read option stuff because the kid can move. So it's a whole different thing that Sark is playing with. I think Arch is more talented than Ewers. I think he's probably a better quarterback than Ewers. I think he's probably a little more cerebral than Ewers. And I think when you combine that with what Sark, because Sark made us feel like Ewers was the real deal because his offense is so great, because he's such a great play caller. Now you put that with somebody more talented and durable and mobile, and him and Sark may be really cooking with oil. We'll have to see. I don't want to hype it up too much, but when I think about those little things, it could get scary for the rest of the country.
F it, let's hype it up. Dude, I had not felt this good about a season, and I absolutely think they should be number one. Arch should be the Heisman candidate. I'm not guaranteeing that they win the title, but I have not felt this good about a Texas team since Vince's junior year when they ultimately won the title, and Vince got robbed of the Heisman Trophy.
Facts.
That Reggie Bush wound up having to give back.
Facts.
Because they were cheating, but then he got it back. It's got that same feel. When having Vince Young made all those other guys on the team feel like they were even better than they were.
But the only difference is Vince had won a Rose Bowl the year prior against Michigan.
Correct.
He had been under the fire. He had already been under the gun.
You're right.
Whereas Arch not so much. So, but I see what you're saying. That's all. Yeah.
Well, it would be like if, let's say that they go 10-2 this year, maybe 11-1, losing the playoffs, and Arch decides to come back. Going into next year, then it's like, okay,
let's go.
It feels like the Chicago Bulls here in 1995. Right. Yeah. All right, it's in the building. Want to do the legitimate Texas Cheer live read now?
Why not?
Show presented in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. 7 locations from Redbird Ranch to Lucky Ranch to Bernie and Boulevardy and Braun and Military Crossing and Culebra Commons. 7 locations in between Bernie and I-90 and all in between. And as we've already alluded to, Iceman George Gervin, the Iceman cometh September 13th. Tell them about it.
Yeah, September 13th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Texas Cheer Liquor number 8. 410 and Military, right next to the Academy. Come try the new Ice 44 vodka, which Greg let us know the pre-sale has started. AD hadn't told me that, but yeah, we'll have some pre-sale bottles. He did let me know he was going to do that, but he didn't, actually pull the trigger yet. So I'm sure there's going to be a line. So if you want to, skip that line, I'd pre-order my Ice 44 and, just come walk right in with your receipt on your phone, show us your receipt, get your Ice 44, already probably be signed by the Iceman, and move on with your day. But good times gonna have the DJ, gonna be pretty much the same thing we did the other day at Texas Cheer Liquor number 3. So come meet the man who gave me my first job as a 16-year-old teen at Kelly Air Force Base in the mailroom, Mr. George Gervin with the George Gervin Youth Center. So forever indebted to George.
Okay, let's stop. I need a 20. I've not heard this story before.
My first job was with the George Gervin Youth Center. It was a program he started. I don't remember when he started it, but I was there the summer of '93. And what he did, he took, a bunch of kids that had never worked. He had talked with different companies, and he spread us out around the city, and we all had jobs. They would take us to, on Fridays, they would take us to Six Flags and SeaWorld. My job, I had the mail cart. I was at Kelly Air Force Base when Kelly was open, and I would go to everybody's desk and drop, go sort the mail, then go drop it off to all the different officers and different airmen. So forever indebted to the Iceman for giving me my first job and doing it again. So George has been doing this since '93. You know what I mean? George has been giving back to this city for a long, long time. So looking forward to letting him know about that story when I see him on the 13th.
Outstanding. And forgive my ignorance. He's got multiple flavors too with his new.
Right now it's just the Ice 44, just straight up, just a straight up vodka. Not yet.
Vodka that you just mix with whatever you want. Okay, very good.
Or I just ice, yeah. So
I'm excited. A lot of celebrities now release their own booze products.
Tequila, vodka.
This is family here. You bet your ass I'll be getting me a couple of different bottles to support the local guy. That's badass. All right, it's Texas Chill Liquor, and at all 7 locations, as always, whether Iceman George Gervin's there or not, 5% off when you mention In the Building with regular purchases, which I cannot wait to get back home, and I need to do a little drinking when I get back this weekend. I know that fridge I got back home is empty, so I'm going to reload. I'll go to the one closest to me on Saturday and get my 5% discount by mentioning In the Building. All right. We always have these networks that threaten we're not going to be able to see our games if you don't call your subscriber and
It's a little scary.
We have another one now that's come up. It's kind of like a hurricane. You know, you brace for a hurricane category 5, but normally it's a 2 and it's okay. I am a little concerned here. I see where Google has released this big statement today saying that YouTube is about to drop Fox, all of Fox News, Fox itself, Fox Sports. That is a problem for me, Rudy, because the Cowboys and the Longhorns will be on Fox a lot this season, and I have YouTube.
Oh, you have YouTube TV.
Yeah, man. We're going to watch the Longhorn game on Saturday at Slackers, so I'm not worried about this week. But I'm going to need a deal here. I got hey YouTube TV, I support y'all. I maybe Fox is price gouging. I get it. But you want to F up your company? Piss off a bunch of NFL and college football fans.
You ain't lying, Mike.
Good luck.
This is classic negotiating, though. Just keep waiting and delaying it.
They always do this.
Right before the season, it's like, you know what? Fine, $2 billion, take it.
Because you can't afford to lose that sector during the fall and winter months. You can't.
Right. When you've got the NFL in your pocket, you got all the leverage in the world. Fox is like, fuck you, YouTube. Take us off.
You think Cracker Barrel took a hit? Let YouTube say they're dropping Fox. They will lose $150 to $200 million in subscribers immediately.
Correct. Yeah, including me. I won't be able to.
You won't be able to work.
I literally have to work. I'll have to go to the bar every time I want to watch a game. I don't want to have to do that. No, I don't want to have to do that, man. So hey, YouTube, I need you to get your shit in order, like real quick, like super quick. All right, what else today? So you ever heard of the guy Jeff Pearlman, longtime writer? You may have heard of Jeff Pearlman.
Yes, I read his book.
Okay, did you read Cocaine Cowboys?
No.
Okay, well, Jeff, did you read? No, he didn't write Cocaine Cowboys. What was the one he wrote? Hang on, I got it. I'm gonna look it up. So Jeff Pearlman's been writing about sports forever. I read Jeff Pearlman forever in my youth because he was a writer for Sports Illustrated. Then went off on his own and has been writing novels and books and shit. So Pearlman wrote the very famous book, Boys Will Be Boys. The best account I've ever read of the 90s Cowboys and their off the field bullshit was from this guy, Jeff Pearlman. And he's now throwing the Netflix docuseries under the bus for inaccuracies.
Well, okay, which ones? Because I enjoyed the hell out of this, so I want to know what I got duped on.
Well, Pearlman, so he's calling Skydance under the bus for basically, he's saying it's a Jerry Jones fluff piece. And I didn't think it was. I thought it was going to be when I first heard we were going to have this.
Well, is it inaccurate or is it they left out a whole bunch of the negativity like that Pearlman wanted in there? Like, is this the thing, like you wanted them to talk more about the arrest and more about the drugs? Because that's not what it was about. Like they mentioned it, but they weren't going to make the documentary about all the guys that were getting in trouble.
Well, Pearlman's pissed because, we've got this pissing match over who deserves the credit.
Yeah.
Pearlman's saying that Skydance, the producers, they should have never ran with this narrative that maybe Jerry had some something to do with the Walker trade.
Oh, yeah, they did make it seem like that.
Bullshit. Perlman says that the trade was completely orchestrated by Jimmy. Jeff Pearlman says, of course, Jeff Pearlman, obviously, who makes him the authority on the subject? I mean, he's only going on what he's been told too, but I digress. He says Jerry didn't even know what the hell was going on. That was orchestrated entirely by Jimmy Johnson. That documentary, quote, was a hand job to Jerry Jones.
Damn. Which is what you thought it was going to be, Mike, but you didn't. That wasn't your takeaway.
No, I didn't. No, that wasn't. I don't think it was a hand job to Jerry. You know, I think those producers did a good job of Jerry, they let Jerry give his take. They let Jimmy give his take. I don't think that the docuseries, it didn't have an opinion one way or the other on the Herschel trade. It presented both guys' opinions. That's what it did. And it re-exposed to those that forgot or didn't know, Jimmy Johnson was a massive asshole in those days. Jimmy was never going to stay longer than 6-7. Jimmy would have topped out at about 7 years total.
Max. That's being nice. That's being
Jimmy
nice.
Johnson was never a long-term guy. I said this last week. Jimmy was never, he could have never been like what Pop's been in San Antonio to the Cowboys.
He would have never been Bill Cowher or Mike Tomlin.
No. Jimmy was miserable all the time. Pop's misery is, well, especially in his prime, Pop's misery was on the court and with media. Pop didn't take that shit home. How many times did Pop joke about, all right, I need to get out of here because I got a nice chilled bottle of wine and I got a lobster waiting on me over at Bliss. I got to get the hell out of here. And all of the team meetings. And Pop is just as known for the Spurs off the court fun and camaraderie building than he is anything he ever did on the court. Pop's famous for his parties. Jimmy was just an asshole 24/7. But that's what made him coach the best. That's what worked best.
Right.
Jimmy was a dick. Now, do I think that Jerry had anything to do with the Herschel Walker trade? No, probably not. They included Jerry. They let Jerry sit in on the meetings maybe, but Jimmy orchestrated that thing.
At that time, Jerry didn't know enough about football for him to pull something off like that.
No, Jerry was not some NFL follower. Jimmy was closer to the NFL. You know what? You know who knows? The ex-general manager and the leaders that were in Minnesota that were also there doing the deal. They're the ones who can tell you who was in the negotiating room on the trade. Somebody ought to ask the damn Vikings.
Great point
about how that all went down. But I just thought that was interesting because Pearlman's a pretty straight shooter. And I saw that and I thought that's interesting that that he's throwing Jerry under the bus. And maybe Jerry didn't have anything to do with the Walker trade, but to suggest it was a hand job, I don't agree. I thought that was a pretty down the middle docuseries, and shit, I might watch it on the way home tonight when I get on the plane. It was so good. There was so much information, and so I feel like I probably missed a few things. So I might watch some of that again tonight. All right, it's in the building, baby, here on Love You Hard TV. I want to get a little violent.
Let's do it.
Let's throw some hands here on In the Building and Love You Hard TV.
It's time for people I want to punch on In the Building.
All right. It is indeed time for people I want to punch. Who do y'all want to punch today and why? Presented by Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer of In the Building. Rudy, who is going to get punched today?
I don't know who exactly I want to punch. I guess I just want to punch the legal system on making it so difficult for women to file restraining orders. So I'm not gonna say no names, but good friend of the family, been dealing with a really bad dude for a long time. Finally gets the courage to go down to the police station, file a restraining order, only to be told, no, you got to go upstairs. No, you got to write a letter. No, you need a police report. No, this ain't how you do it. But I'm at the police station. Like, you want a police report. So basically what you're telling me is you want him to come back to my house and possibly hurt me. And then you want me to call the police file the report, then I can come back down here. Then I come back down here. Then you want me to go up to the 3rd floor. So sometimes when you see these women, you're like, why didn't she blah, blah, blah. And again, I've never been this close to it. So I was one of those people that would say these things like, well, why don't she just go get a restraining order? I didn't know they make you jump through hoops with fire around them to get.
Has he actually laid hands on her before? Yeah,
but there's no police report of it.
I see. Yeah.
So they want him to come back. They want him to come back, put hands on her, and then you file the report. Then you could come down here because we need proof. The voicemails, the crazy ass voicemails don't work. The eyewitness accounts don't work. Like, so sometimes women, you finally get the courage to do it. Mm-hmm. Then you go down there and they tell you jump through hoops. So you just like, you know what? I don't do it. And then next thing you know, somebody's hurt. And then they're like, how do we? Of course.
Little kids or older kids?
Older. They're older. They're done. They're already like older. But it's just like, I never talked to somebody that had to do that. But it's a shame that you have to go through those type of things to get this done. And then again, next thing you know, the dude snaps or the woman snaps. I mean, it could go either way. Like, cause there know some dudes are like, yo, I want to file, and the cop will laugh at him like, you want to file a restraining order against a woman? Yeah, she's freaking crazy. I think she might hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's just like, so punch the system. I don't know.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't know who I'm punching. I guess whatever. The system to get restraining orders. It's insane. Like, why? Again, sometimes it takes people years to get the guts to do this. You finally get the guts to do it, and they tell you, "Oh, by the way, you're missing 6 steps." Well, wait till he comes back over there and tries to harm you.
Yeah.
And file a police report, then come back to us, and then when you got 4 more hoops to jump through.
I know. What does he need to kill me before you file a restraining order? I mean, do I need to be in the hospital with a broken jaw? Uh-oh. Bouquet. Okay.
What happened? You can't hear us?
I could hear Rudy. Could you hear me? I can't hear Rudy.
Refresh, Rudy.
We've got a refresh, Rudy. I think Governor Abbott's trying to call Rudy and complain. And why did it say Chris 6 on the screen? By the way, that was funny. It said Chris 6 underneath Rudy's mugshot.
Yeah, Rudy picks that. That's Rudy putting it every time. Yeah. Yeah, so shout out to Rudy.
Dude, as a guy with experience in a household that is violent, all I could say is I've never understood why a man allows himself to get into a situation where he just is obsessed with his ex-woman to a point where you just can't let it go. There are 8 billion people on Earth. 4 billion of them are women. Find another woman. Rudy, I was saying, I've just never understood men who become obsessed with their ex-girlfriend or wife. It's to the point where it's controlling your life, and it's going to lead to you getting locked up. I've never understood that. It's so insecure. It's the most insecure thing a man can ever do is just harass a woman.
Yeah, it's weird. And then, it goes on a lot. It goes on a lot. And then next thing you know, you find out, okay, I'm gonna go tell on this motherfucker. Yeah. And you can't get no help.
Right. They have all these organizations for women to reach out for help, except the system itself.
It's sad, bro.
It sucks, man. Well, does she have a representative? Does she have a lawyer that might be able to maybe
I don't know.
Represent her in court.
I'll have my wife follow up.
Maybe a temporary order or something like this. That's highly unfortunate. All right, I got a lot of punches today.
Okay.
I want to punch. Well, let's see. I got a bunch. I want to punch every asshole who called in a fake mass shooter, active shooter call to college campuses all over America.
What?
Did you see this? I wrote down, I have a list of all the colleges. So universities have gone back to class this week.
Right.
And we have a bunch of, I don't know if it's one or maybe just some copycats or something like this. So this weekend or Monday, I think, as Villanova University went back to class on Monday up in Philadelphia, They sent out a mass shooter, an active shooter warning through social media on campus and had the campus locked down. And by yesterday, we had at least 6 universities that had active shooter calls, and they were all hoaxes. Okay, so Villanova, Arkansas, Colorado, Iowa State, Kansas State, University of New Hampshire, Northern Arizona, and South Carolina all had active shooter calls on campus yesterday. Freaked everybody out. Everybody's locked down. The school's canceling classes, and every fucking one of them was a hoax. I don't know if it was the same person or a group of people, but when they find out who it was, and they inevitably will, I'm not saying they should be tortured to death, but something's got to be done where you got to show these motherfuckers
that's not a game.
You can't be doing this. This is not a fucking game. This is a new world we live in. This is not like back in the 80s when bomb threats were a big thing.
Right.
No one's planting bombs. With as many shootings we have in this country all the time,
it's
almost not even a newsworthy anymore. Mass shootings now they're not even on the front page of the paper anymore. Fuck you if you called in a prank call about an active shooter. It's bullshit. I hope they find you. I hope it's on your record, and I hope it prevents you from getting a good job for 20 years.
I agree.
I also want to punch everybody. So have you noticed that we have a rash? I've bitched about this before in recent weeks. There is a rash, and I've noticed it. There is an uptick of crazy ass motorcyclists on our city streets in recent months in San Antonio.
We did have one recently where the guy ran into the truck or whatever.
Rudy, we've now had 8 motorcyclists killed in the last 30 days in San Antonio. 8
in San Antonio?
Yep.
That sucks.
I died on motorcycles. That. And I ain't gonna sit up here and blame no dead folks. But I have a hard time believing that of those 8 that have died, they weren't all accidents. Some of them were, hey man, why don't you not go 140 miles an hour on your crotch rocket? Hey, man, why don't you not weave in and out of traffic going 80 miles an hour and not obey traffic laws?
Right.
I have noticed a lot. It's more than usual. I mean, I've lived in San Antonio off and on since 2007. I have never seen this many. You see motorcycles all the time, but I'm talking about guys that go way too fast. You know, a handful of times in recent months, I'm just cruising, going the speed limit or maybe 65, 70 on, 410 or I-10, and all of a sudden, couple of times almost like lost control of my own car because it's like they just like buzz my car going 140, and it scares the shit out of me because they come right next to my car going $180. What if I switch lanes all of a sudden and I don't see you coming because you're going 180 and you all of a sudden come up over a hill or some shit or around a corner? It's disturbing the amount of motorcycles. So punch these fucking assholes out here that have gone rogue on motorcycles, these little crotch rockets, these little Suzukis. I shouldn't throw a company under the bus, but y'all know who you are. I ain't talking about regular motorcyclists. I'm talking about these dipshits that are out popping wheelies going 85 miles an hour on regular streets. Fuck you. If you kill yourself, that's on you, but you're going to kill my kid. You're going to kill somebody else. You're going to cause cars to spin out. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
horse crap. And we had a lot of that shit go down lately. So
I didn't know we had 8
motorcycles
in San Antonio. I thought you were going to say Texas.
No, 8 in San Antonio proper in the city limits in 30 days. And this year we've had, I don't know, I haven't seen the yearly numbers. I'll bet you we break the record for motorcycle deaths in San Antonio by the end of the year. We got to be on pace. But it's gotten crazy this summer. 8 in the last 30 days or whatever. It's ridiculous. All right, call Orlando Kell if you indeed need a lawyer. What was the Tyreek Hill story?
Dude,
he's got issues now. This is a good Orlando Kell segment.
Yeah, hey, Tyreek. We can get the decree changed, dog. Bro, my man had to come off $500K up front. Damn. Okay, he had to give her $100K for the car of her choice. And I want to say she got to keep the brand new condominium. Yeah. And he's coming off 30-40 a month. But see, this is the thing with Tyreek, bro. Like I have a hard time feeling bad for Tyreek. Tyreek, you left Kansas City because you wanted more money, only to give it away in child support. Like you got like 90 kids. Again, that's your thing. That's your prerogative. Like I ain't helping you pay for them, so I shouldn't be talking shit. But it's hard for me to feel bad for you when you refuse to put on a condom or refuse to pull out, and you keep getting these chicks that don't give a shit about you pregnant, and then now you want me to feel sorry for you that you coming off $500K, a condominium, $100,000 for a car, and 30-40 grand a month, bro? Pull out. You're not. This isn't 1960 where you can have 9 kids and you don't. Who cares what happens to them, bro? You make $30 million a year. Now you talk about after your state tax, after your bills, after your mama's bills. Now you got 7 kids, 6, 7 kids to pay for too, and alimony and shit, bro. What are you doing?
Right.
But I would still tell you to call Orlando Kell.
I would move to Texas.
Move to Texas, dude. What are you doing, man? She got $500K up front, the condo, and she wanted $200,000 for a Bentley SUV. The judge was like, no, I'm gonna make him give you $100,000.
Take the Land Rover.
Yeah, we want you to keep your lifestyle. That's what these women lay their hat on now. I have to maintain my lifestyle.
Yeah, Gucci purses and Prada, massive houses that I didn't do shit to have. I have somebody's kid.
My kids live a really good life on nowhere near $30,000 a month.
No shit. Sounds like she got the Orlando Kell of Miami. She got Orlando.
Bro.
Thank you, Orlando Kell.
Yeah.
I read something about. I read a new phrase today. Only these younger generations come up with shit like this. They put fancy phrases on dumbass. Weaponized incompetence. Weaponized incompetence.
What the hell is that?
It's a fancy Gen Z word for dumbass guy.
Why can't they just say dumbass guy?
More and more women are complaining, young women, where they every time they have a guy. I thought about Bouquet actually. Young men who pretend to be stupid on purpose so their girls will take care of everything at home. And the women are like, motherfucker, you won 3 fantasy titles this year. You can tell me every offensive lineman in the NFL. You repaired and rebuilt your own engine in your motorcycle, but you don't know how to work the dishwasher. Get the fuck out, you know? Get the fuck out. No doubt there are a lot of dudes that fake dumb at the house. You know what I mean? When it comes to chores and shit. We've all done that. We've all done it a little bit in our time.
I would say my wife's weaponized incompetence is this.
Okay.
So my wife is a gym rat.
Right.
Can deadlift the house. Can squat a car. Refuses to pick up the waters from the car though. Like she'll leave them in there like the waters in the car, they're too heavy. I'm like, you deadlift 150. You can't bring, again, I do it. I'm the man. I guess I don't know how that got sexualized that I got to bring in the waters, but I got to bring in the waters.
Oh, you mean like from the HEB?
Yeah, the 40 case. Yeah. She's like, oh, it's just too heavy. I'm like, I see your squat videos. I see your deadlift videos. You can bring that shit in. I do it. Like, I don't mind. I pump the gas. I do the trash. I do all that shit. Like, but somehow or another, bringing in the waters is the man's job in my house.
Right.
For somebody that squats more than me.
Like I always say, my man Bill Burr. How come you guys make $2 more on average? That's sexist. No, it's because if someone breaks in the house, my ass has to deal with it. You ain't. If we're on a cruise and the motherfucker's sinking, guess who gets on the raft first? Yo ass does. That's why I get $2 more an hour.
Right. Bill, I would ask Book if he brings in the waters, but I don't think there's water in their home.
He probably rides on her back. She carries his ass into the house with his Crocs on. Bookie, I would love to see the domestic balance at your house. How is it with you and Helga?
He definitely weaponized incompetence for sure.
No, I'm actually the guy that does all the bullshit. I clean, I cook, I do all that shit.
Oh, because she's the bread, because she makes more money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Bookie's a kept man. Are you a kept man?
I guess so, yes.
Dude, I was a kept man. I was a kept man for a lot of years. I did a lot of chores too.
Yeah.
Teachers just got a bonus, you know. Teachers are getting paid more in Texas. Not what they're worth, but they're getting paid more. So
hey, Bookie, let me say, you know what, Bookie? I'm happy that you understand that.
Yeah.
Because you could be the asshole that's kept and still don't want to do shit and then wonder why she left your ass. So I'm happy. It makes me like a proud uncle that you understand that you need to be on your A game.
Does it piss me off at times? Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Does it piss me off having to do the dishes all the time? Absolutely. But, you know, here we are.
Yeah, no, my wife made when I was first starting Sports Grind, she was carrying. Oh, yeah. She was carrying my bag. I was like, hey, what do you need? You need your oatmeal? You need your egg whites? You need your grilled chicken? I got your lunch ready, honey. I ironed your dress.
We kind of have a deal at my house. Because
what's the deal?
Nina knows how incompetent I am with tech on tech.
Yeah.
Like matter of fact, I'll just tell our people, since they're watching here in a few minutes, I am going to send out a massive press release announcing our television show to make it official. I got a list about this long of media outlets all over the Corpus Christi greater coastal bend area.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're getting.
You told me this. You told me.
I'm about to send out.
You
a press
are
release.
okay. Sure, you are.
I was gonna say, wow.
It's got my name on it.
Sure, you are.
So there's an understanding at my house that since I have a ghostwriter when it comes to all of the things that I do, technically, that I bring in the water, and that's fine. And that's fine with me. I'll bring the water in.
Yeah, I bring the water in. I do, because she does a lot of other stuff. So I can
when
do
you
the water.
see a press release come from the both of us here in about an hour, I want you to think, what the fuck, Mike put my name on stuff. Don't worry, Rudy. I'm doing that.
Yeah. I'm technologically challenged as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So because of that, I do all the quote man shit at my house, and I like to. I feel like Nina
feel like a man.
Nina weighs 110 pounds, man. So I'm gonna bring in the water. You know,
yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna do the man shit.
I'll do the man shit.
Light bulbs, you know, screws, dishwashers, and shit like that need to be replaced. Filters, all that shit. I do that crap.
Yeah.
I do that stuff. She vacuums, but I do all. If it requires something in your hand, like a tool, that's my job. That's
only thing I don't do bathrooms. My wife handles the bathrooms, but everything
will do that.
Yeah, everything else we kind of split.
Yeah,
I still do dishes. I do dishes.
Absolutely.
Now the other thing, she won't touch the trash. That's me, and I'm fine with that. My wife will not touch the trash. That's like on me.
I think I'm weird. Like whenever I see Nina will do it sometimes, and I feel bad about myself.
Oh, you should feel like crap. Like, what are you doing, bro? You should have been on.
Feel like crap. Yeah, that's why I get pissed at myself. Baby, let me get the trash.
Yeah. She's like, well, it was sitting here. You saw it overflowing.
I know. Like she'll do something that I intended to do later, but then she'll do it. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever run tests? Something I do now is I'll leave the dishes, just dirty dishes in the sink. I'll leave them for a day. I'll leave them for 2 days. I'll leave them for 3 days. And I'm like, damn, this girl, she's really not going to do them, huh? Fuck.
Oh, it becomes like a Texas standoff.
Yeah, she's like, fuck, she's not going to do the dishes, huh? I can leave these in here for a whole week. They're not going to get done.
No, we rotate the dishes. My mother-in-law does them. My wife does them. The teenager does them.
Well, good. That's good. Yeah, I like that.
We rotate.
Allocate some of that shit to the kids.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, she needs to. Shit, she always asking for freaking money. She needs to do them most of the time.
But she got a new job at a food truck. That was fun. That looks cool.
She needs to be focused on school, but she's so money hungry. I was like, do whatever, just as long as it's on the weekends. You drop your grades at all, you're fired.
You're gonna make her get fired.
I'm gonna make her get fired if her grades drop.
Well, however it goes, good luck to the three of us, and good luck to Tyreek Hill with his future ex-wife. Whatever, just keep Orlando's number healthy. And your phone. It's Orlando Kill, the official family lawyer. Victor's in here in the bill, $5. My wife has joined a fantasy league at work. What's your best picks for her? Chris Brown, Fabio, Brad Pitt.
Who are your sleepers, Jose? Give him a couple sleepers, Jose. You're in 5 leagues. Give him a couple sleepers, Jose.
Sleepers, mid-round steals. Go.
Yeah, forget first and second.
Tyler Warren, the tight end out of the Indianapolis.
Okay,
I love him. He's a stud.
Your last pick you can use on Ollie Gordon, the backup running back for Miami. Devon A-Chain is made out of paper mache. And Ollie Gordon is a big, strong boy, rookie drafted out of Oklahoma State. He will take Devon A-Chain's job at some point. There's 2.
Good job, Buki.
Right,
I knew I could count on you.
Right on point.
Victor, hope you wrote that down.
Yeah, no shit. All right. I know I kept y'all late. I apologize for. I'm thankful that y'all agreed to do a later in the afternoon show and shit. Real quick before we get out of here, So real quick, so obviously throughout the 90s and early 2000s, we all assumed that every Major League Baseball player was either on HGH or greenies or horse tranquilizers or whatever. How is it today, Bouquet, in the big leagues? Is there still just this weird cloud over the league that guys are always going to try to find an advantage outside of the rules? Like how many guys? I guess what I'm asking you is Cal Raleigh, the catcher of the Mariners, who has now broken the all-time record for home runs in a season for a switch hitter, breaking Mickey Mantle's fucking record. And it's only August still. Cal Raleigh looks like a legit, fat, stocky, old school baseball player, pre-steroids. I mean, they call him Big Dumper because of his ass. He looks like a legit power hitting sumbitch. That's not manufactured in some lab. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Cool. That makes me. That's cool. You know me. I don't give a shit about the steroid era. That's my era. But it's cool to see a guy that. Cal Raleigh is just a big fatty who's got great bat and speed and hand-eye coordination, and that dude it's ridiculous watching that dude just hit bombs. Like Shohei's like this. He looks like he was made in a lab. I'm not saying he's cheating, but Shohei's just created, like the gods created Shohei Ohtani, you know. Cal Raleigh, he's created in a Whataburger near you, and he's just out there. He looks like he's damn near ain't Celso Fielder fat, but that's a big dude, and he's a stud. Hit his 52nd, I think, last night, did he, or something like that? Breaking Mickey Mantle's freaking record for a switch hitter. That was pretty badass.
Yeah, he's a sicko, and he's going to win AL MVP over Aaron Judge.
Probably so. I don't know how you can go against Cal Raleigh at this point.
He's going to have the best hitting season for a catcher ever.
Wow. I know you could already say the season could end today, and you could say he's had the best year for a catcher ever.
Wow.
Even for the guys that play like 50-50, like there's still Salvador Perez, who has technically more home runs as a primary catcher, but he's still playing like 60% or 40% of his games at DH. You know, Cal Raleigh is catching almost fucking every night. So,
wow. All right. Watch Bookie Saturday, the Say Hey Plays show. We have multiple shows now on our channel. Not only do we have us, we've got Say Hey Plays on Saturday, the Baseline Bums, and In Motion. When's the next In Motion?
Not next week, week after. We only do it twice a month.
Right, but I look forward to it every time. I love it.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, love it is really good. It's good shit. All right, shout out to everybody. Tell your friends about us. Be looking for a press release later, Rudy.
Yeah.
Sent by Mike Taylor.
Huh?
Sent by Mike Taylor. Absolutely, Mike Taylor.
Well, it's gonna come from my inbox.
That's all that matters, brother.
All right, we're done. I know we got to get to work. I got to check out of this hotel. I got to round stuff. All right, love y'all hard, man. I'm out tomorrow because I'll be literally traveling, but I will be back in the room with y'all on Thursday. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it for putting up with these crazy life I've got.
All good, man. Safe travels.
Times a year. Thank you, man. All right, I'll be in touch soon. Thanks, guys. Thank you to Bouquet. Thank you to the people. Thank you to Rudy. We'll see y'all back in here mañana. 10 a.m. I'm assuming y'all going to do regular time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Thanks, man. Good day at work. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Later.